for it. Likewise, 4 changes for Anderlecht. Good news for them, Mahara Kvekovic is available after his red card in the testy 1-1 draw at Ghent. That might not have been the case, but he does start. In comes Diarra, Mamar, Saliba and Azad in place of Angeli. Benson Verstappen. He doesn't align with who I am as a person, as a footballer, as a goalkeeper. I had to do what I had to do to get a result. Does that happen again today? Jeremy Tarvell started the season as the 4th coach under R.S.C. Leading the VAR team, Lawrence Fisher with Ruben Lees and Istvan Lagat. And there is a 5th official today alongside Simon Borodoué, and that is Nisrin Azayel on the touchline. Waiting for the smoke to clear, David Bear started the season at Leuven. He was 2nd from bottom in the league when Union came calling after Sebastian Poccanielli went to Monaco. Last season, Hubert guided Antwerp to the cup final, but wasn't given the chance to line out with them at the King of One. He was sacked before that. R.S.C was their cup final coach instead, beaten by Bruges. Very many familiar faces in the stands for this great occasion. Alex Moussa, used to commuting to Brussels from the southeast of England. But he's not the only one. I was flying from Dublin Airport this morning. Quite a few Union fans on the flight. They've developed a little bit of a following in Ireland. I know they certainly have in the UK. And what a following they picked up in Brussels, and they have a massive following to the east of Brussels. Because if Anderlecht win the cup, they are in the group stage of the Europa League next season. But if Union win the cup, then it is Saint-Gilloise who qualify for the group stage of the Europa League automatically. It's the first time in Europe proper. They were in the Intertoto Cup twice around the time of the millennium, when that was in UEFA hands and run as a qualifier for what is now the Europa League. 2 seasons of that, but now they'll have 1 season in something very significant indeed. And for David Hubert, it's about the silverware. He has lifted this trophy twice before, with Genk in 2009, with Ghent in 2013. Saw off Mechelen did Genk 17 years ago. He was in that great team of 2011. Jelle Vossen, who's just departed, still to work in recent days. Courtois and Kevin De Bruyne, João Carlos. Steady driving. Can you drive in a straight line? No, not quite. Almost up. Julia. '21 was the first cup final for Bradman Drisha when Genk beat Saint-Gilloise by 2-1, but there were 50,000 fewer in the stadium that day than today. Jeremy Tarvell, who's fully been with the under-23s of Union. They couldn't drive any further. They ran out of petrol. We have a shortage in Europe right now. See, if only it was that easy to get over traffic jam around here. Ready to go! The 71st Belgian Cup Cup final. It's a capital affair. Union have won their last three. The most recent 2 years ago. Anderlecht have lost their last three. They last won the cup in 2008. 9 years since the last trophy. High time that changed. So again, sending it forward, back in the side. Eitel Haj, wide for R.S.C. Smith. Crosses this. It's put away by Lucas Day. Vekovic. Anderlecht have the Etonian sides of the Kingman 1. Tribunes 3 and 4. To our left and the far side, W. Bear has a lot of support directly behind him. The dugouts on the near side in Tribune 1 and away to the right. Tribune 2. It's always great to soak up the cup final atmosphere in Brussels, but there has been a lot of soaking up today. It's been a damp one. There's very few who can remember a wet cup final. We've got one today. R.S.C. Smith down the left. Held up by De Graaf and possibly caught by him. Burgess. They've got their first choice. Back three today. So for Ile Camera in a spot Apollo. So Gang got a foot onto it. Roscoe's got a bit behind it. But just too high. 100 seconds. Goes for the opening chance. Roscoe's the famous cup winner with Mechelen here in 2019 when they were a second flight side under Wouter Frank and only the second club outside of the top flight to win the Belgian Cup. Goes again. It's a competition which has only been played regularly since 1963. It was sporadic prior to that. Zanelli. Lost that, taken again by Kevin McAllister. Scott scuffed. His hit strongly on the chases. Azari won't reach in. Christian Burgess there ahead of him. It's the outfield captain for Anderlecht Azar, but Colin Coastman's wearing the armband. That's beyond Matteo, beyond it. They met on the opening day 5 years ago. Union's first came back in the top flight for almost 50 years. Vincent Company and Felicia Massey on the touch lines. Only 3 players remain from those squads. Romelu Lukaku's in the house. And heading to the World Cup as well. So many in the city who would love him to finish his career with Anderlecht. Michel was scoring, greeting him, the Anderlecht club chair. Pushed forward by Camera. Looking out by Scholes, and he's on the way, he's got support either side. And all right, El Haj on the left, also moving his way forward. On the right hand side is Zanelli! Got a good bit behind that. Coastman saving it. Union attacking well straight away. They've both been involved in quite ugly affairs the last week and a half. Union against enjoyed it. Anderlecht again to the weekend. This has been a bright, fizzy opening start. Plenty of pace. Saliba back from injury. Down the lane for Anderlecht here. Struck it wide. Deflected. It'll be a corner first of the game. Sunday, Canadian fans will be happy to see him back on the pitch. They've certainly had a lot of injury problems, the Canadian World Cup squad. And we're seeing that on the other side as well for Union. Still no promise, David. Azar will take the corner kick. Skip ready. In by outside. Solid head away by R.S.C, formerly of Anderlecht. Played in the cup final 4 years ago when the Wolves were beaten on penalties by Ghent in what was an Easter Monday cup final. They always pick a holiday, be it May Day, be it Easter time. And Zanelli controlling well, fierce effort, coachman's done very well to save it. And selected by Graham Potter for Sweden for the World Cup. Him and Gustav Nielsen both of Club Brugge. We will see plenty of Pro League players for the World Cup. Even a few for Belgium. They're bosses here today. Zanelli, clever idea, but Kalili loses the run of it. Wow, it's going to be an Union throw. Kalili coming across to take immediately, was just scuffed out by Lucas there. We've come so familiar with both squads, and yet feels like a lot of them have been around for a long time. Kalili is still only 21 years old. Vekovic, the important point perhaps to make of his contemptuous red card for thumping Sia. And the Hague a couple of times, he's only 19. Here's Guilherme Smith. Lovely control into the area. Short for R.S.C. Nowhere to turn, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The grave clearing. Free kick. Well, so much speculation about whether Vekovic will be able to play in the cup final. It's a 3-match ban he got in the end. 1 game suspended. Christian Burgess getting a suspended ban for his post-match comments against St. John a week and a half ago. A suspended 2-match ban. So it makes it fair that Vekovic would be out for 4 games and that it would take him to the cup final, but it's available today at least. Won by Moussa Diarra. There to the cap. Scott's coming in on him. Well, to cut the claim before the cup final, but Anderlecht are still the big boys in Brussels. They've won more than anyone else, in respect to how badly things have gone wrong the last 5 years. 18 meetings between these two. Anderlecht have only won twice. Union 13. I could never have thought Anderlecht when they won the league in 2017. It was their 5th title in 8 seasons. But they wouldn't win a single trophy again for a decade, and they'd end up being surpassed in Brussels. Their side had been in the 3rd and 4th division for a long time. By Carter, Nathan the Cat, World Cup man potentially with Belgium. Ile Camera likewise with Senegal. Good ball, great ball! Victor, Torgan Hazard. Beautiful curl on it, Hazard arriving in front of goal. Just couldn't correct the goal bar, their top scorer this season. 15 in all competitions. Anderlecht getting chances now. Bear was back at Anderlecht for 3 years, ended his playing career with the Futures, the B team, and the Challenger Pro League. It's a great ball played forward. Guilherme Smith has the pace. He's got lots of support too, but he got caught into the line from the end, and Koosmans capitalised on it. Got it out to the grave, who's been shoved over by McAllister, and it's a free kick. He's not that far away from the World Cup himself. It's a honour it would be for the family. Still
fighting for a Champions League spot with Liverpool. Union have made it. They have met in Europe before. Lovely play, Camera, good block, corner, Ross Sykes turning it out. Effective play, Camera just about staying onside. Came from WDM at the start of the season. He'd been on loan at Standard Liège last campaign. Always got a hot reception when he had gone back there this season. That's the end that Union had when they won the Cup 2 seasons ago. But it's the end that Anderlecht have had, the recent cup final losses they've had, as are going well. Turned away. Solid work by the Cat, fighting, winning the throw for Anderlecht. They meet on the last day of the season. Union currently a point down behind Club Brugge. The top two meet next Sunday night. Midweek game at Ghent next Thursday, and then they wrap up on the final day at home, needing a win surely against Anderlecht. Good block by Kalali it was. Sykes to bring on. Beautiful ball for Kalali and wonderfully controlled. Scopes having a look. Brought into the side of the weekend, and how impressive, and what a wonderful ball for Guilherme Smith. Camera there first. Geeing up the Anderlecht support majorly. If only they could see him. Nice control by Smith. He knew what was coming. Knew he was going to be second best. Knew he'd get the throw out of it. Sorgan. Nice curl by Sykes. Eitel has with a nod down. Rob Scopes. Oh, just too much for Guilherme Smith this time. Top two at least in the league for Union. They know that now. They and Club Brugge are into the Champions League, but in what order? Oh, taken well first time by Matteo Biondic, but Seda Kozmans. Free kick it is. Anderlecht at home to Mechelen next Sunday lunchtime. They are fourth. They cannot finish any higher than fourth now. They're too far behind Sint-Truiden. Midweek next week they're at home against Sint-Truiden, funnily enough, and on the last day they are across town. Fourth at best, but they might need fourth. Here comes Smith. Good cross towards the far side. It's a solid flick away. No matter what happens today, provided these two stay in the top four, it means the European playoff spot will drop down to fifth instead of fourth place. If Anderlecht win the cup and fall down the table, which could easily happen, as they'd already qualified for Europe, then it is fourth place that the European playoff final will be open for. Big three-way battle with Ghent and Mechelen for that right now. Free kick in a very good position. Scholes floating it in towards goal, looking for the flick-on! It's the captain who's done it! Could it be anyone else? A pure-born leader! Christian Berger scores the opener in the cup final! He played against Anderlecht on the opening day 5 years ago. It's only he and Guillaume Francois from an Union perspective who survived to today. Anderlecht caught out majorly by the set piece. Super delivery by Scholes. Berger's got the header in, and Christian Berger turns it home. His third goal of the season, his first in the cup. How strongly he met it, and Koosmans couldn't keep it out. They met on the halfway line before the opening whistle, and their first major head-to-head during the game was won by Burgess. What a header! It was a sensational free kick by Rob Scholes. It will be checked, as everything is. Checking. Offside. Simon Bordeaux talking it through with David Hubert. Well, here he is. Let's watch him. Well, this wouldn't be against Burgess. And McAllister doesn't get a touch on it. It was for a punt pushed by McAllister and Kvetkovic. I know it's come up as offside. It's not Burgess who was in an offside position. I wouldn't have thought in that situation McAllister was tall enough to interfere with play, but we'll see how the VAR Lawrence Visser interprets it. It might be a big escape for Anderlecht here, for Mark Cook and company. It was a tremendous header. That's Colin Koosmans. Where will the mark be made? Tension for both boards. Philip Bormans, the CEO you saw, along with Alex Musio and Christian O'Loughlin, sporting director. Perhaps we'll see the former owner as well here today, Tony Bloom. He was on the wrong side of a VAR call that wasn't even at his game last night. Pass beat Falkirk 3-0, a last gasp penalty for Celtic. Now he wants to have a look at this, Brandon Drisha. Maybe Alex Musio is having a little look back himself. Would you consider McAllister to be interfering with play? When the ball was played, it's not Burgess. Is there a consideration that McAllister, having come from an offside position, was doing some blocking off that led to the goal. On Kvetkovic. Did he block the run from the man who's been on the headline so much this season? Okay, there's a bit of an explanation coming here. Burgess doesn't seem happy with this at all. It will not count. Offside has been called. It's back to 0-0. It is a massive escape for Anderlecht. Well, the goal scorer wasn't offside. And McAllister was, and then he went up for a challenge that got in Kvetkovic's way. I can only presume, had he been onside, that it would have counted. I'm sure some of you can make sense of that. Every day's a school day. 0-0 in the cup final. Union coming again, it's Smith. I can only suppose they felt that he blocked off Kvetkovic legally, but because he'd been in offside position when the ball was played, then that deemed him to be interfering with play, although not necessarily illegally interfering with Kvetkovic. It doesn't count anyhow. Just ran beyond Guilherme Smith on the near side. It's an unusual situation for Anderlecht in a game like this, because very many people have them as the underdogs in this cup final. Not to even consider it, Jarvis Garn is the only survivor in the Anderlecht squad from that first meeting, modern meeting, between these two 5 years ago. They did meet in the cup semi-final back in 2019. Anderlecht won that effectively by 5-0. Quarter-final, I think it was actually. The Cat. 3 attempts to 2 for Union in this decider. Taken away by Robskos. They got 4 coming forward. It's 4-on-3. Good ball. Beyond it. Solid save by Kosemans. Good strike by Matteo Biondic. Suddenly intercepted by Robskos. The number 9 peeling away on the right-hand side. He didn't have too much time to think about it. That was his third touch when he got the shot in. Didn't go for it first time. Drew it out wide. Still tested Kosemans though. Fizzing up between Meswatsanelli and Lucas Hay. Sweden on Denmark. Beaten once today, Colin Kosemans, but I have the fortune. Ate up a lot of time in the second half again, following the red card against Kvetkovic, which I have to say was opposite as St Truiden were against Club Brugge. The Canaries were a goal down at that point, so they had to be a bit more attacking. Anderlecht were on level terms with Ghent when the red card came. Deep in stoppage time, which came because the referee got injured in that match, Nathan Verbomen. Wesley de Kramer taking over. Coming out with the red, Burgess, whose shot and goal no longer count. Thomas David would have given anything to be out there today. Still hasn't recovered from his hip injury picked up a couple of months ago and the operation subsequently. It's where that operation comes. Beyond's just losing out there. He had an operation on his arm. Made a quick comeback last week and is still healing. Operation was a big date for Matteo Biondic, and he has no shortage of them right now. 2 big Thursdays. Well, really 3 big Thursdays in a row. They could clinch the title next week. It's the cup final today. And last Thursday, Matteo Biondic got married. First time by Anand Kalali. Out for the goal kick. Just sliced it in the end. So this was the offside. We could see that McAllister was, and he was then considered to have interfered with play, despite not touching the ball. Jeremy Taravel says he doesn't feel that this cup final will decide his future at Anderlecht. There is now a new sporting director at the club who, with Taravel's permission, sat on the bench last week at Ghent. Antoine Sobieski. Straight from one job to another. He's helped Troyes up to Liga again after quite a few years away. And no sooner had they done that than he jumped over to Anderlecht. Good ball, Cameron near side. Close control was fine. Nathan Saliba, last touch was off him. Touched off the arm, claimed Aitel Haj as well, but Saliba's done wonderfully, and he's still going here. Saliba short. Hazard just over the top. Great creative play from Nathan Saliba. He wriggled his way through. Hazard couldn't keep the shot down. He's had his feet up a bit lately through injury. Back right on time. Lovely ball back for Hazard. Good opening. Great chance just over. Might have lost just a little bit of composure the last few minutes. The far squad are in, dealing with a flare or something which landed where it ought not have. It's worth pointing out, by the way, at the start of the second half 2 years ago, there were flares at that end from Antwerp fans that held up the start of the second half. In about 5 minutes, Mignola just won a corner, and from that corner they scored. Through Makeda, not the Croquet Cup final as it is in the sponsor's name, but the Koki Cup final. Koki Makeda. Camera. Potential of it being given away. Aitel Haj just denied by Lucas A. Cross was good. Header floating by Nathan the Cat. Well, what a young star he's been. Is he still on the pitch, and is this man still on the touchline next season? Anderlecht coming into the cup final a bit more. They had a massive boost in having that goal ruled out. El Haj knocking it forward. There's Watsanelli on the chase after it. It's been covered here by Moussa Diarra, the Mali international, and he claimed it well. He's tumbled over in the end, but he has the set piece. Rudy Garcia. Big month on the way for him and the Belgian national team. He will hope a very long month. Like this, longer than last time they'd like. And with Big Rom as well. Couldn't quite pick out Matteo Bionis in the middle. It's Adam Zorgan. He's one of 3 suspended last weekend, but back now. Zanelli did well, did very well, and still going. The free kick, great position here. Everyone knows how strong Union are with set pieces. We've seen a good example of that already today. Zanelli kept it in and did a great job in getting past Kvetkovic. De Graaf dangling with him all the time. Finally caught by Torgan Hazard, who is Lons bound apparently. He'll be missed. It's looking like a summer of rebuilding. Scholes and Zanelli over the free kick. Lots of jostling. He'll try and stay onside this time. Scholes went direct. Cut out the middlemen. Kozman's across side netting. What a very clever idea. Fine strike by Scholes. Kozman's hit the post solidly. Scholes not quite hitting the target. Just to check that he's still in one piece. Still is after throwing himself around a lot the last few weeks. He booted an ad hoarding out of the way after the final whistle when celebrating the 1-1 draw. Anderlecht celebrated that very, very strongly indeed. Plus the skirmish that involved Nathan the Cat after the final whistle. He was booked for that. Patricia just coming out to have a word with the bosses here, Jeremy Taravel. Now, a word here for one of the Union assistants. It was Patrick Wackel who was called over at the T2 Bart Mayer was at Anderlecht for 10 years as an assistant, but an Union assistant now. Good ball, a little stretch by Zanelli, couldn't quite reach it. It'll be a free kick Anderlecht's way. Trying to get it out of their final third back for Kozman. It was the goalkeeper coach, by the way. It was Niels Hermans, who was spoken to by Bram van Driessen a few moments ago. Played by Saliba on halfway. Some decent ball that was well covered by Burgess and out. Throw for camera. 10 minutes to half-time in the Belgian Cup final. A lot of South Brussels support audible now. Edge of the box, and Ellie got quick. Aitel House nipping away. It's a free kick. The foul by Ile Camara wouldn't let him pass. No cards yet. David Bear wondering why. This rebound off Zanelli. It is certainly for Anderlecht must win. 3 games in a week for Union that are very much the same way. As had they lost on Saturday last at home to Mechelen, then they'd have been facing the prospect of a Club Brugge win, clinching the Blanchois the league title next weekend, but that's not going to be the case now. It's down to a point between them. Nisreen Azouam, who was the 5th official you saw there. An assistant to 4th official Simon Portodoué. Amadou Barry out of the cup final, injured for a lot of the campaign. From Union's point of view, only problem is David injured today, and for Anderlecht's viewpoint, Mario Struikens. Cobra Costa is not in the matchday squad, neither is R.S.C, the Under-20 World Cup winner. Max Ritz is on the bench, Thomas Fouquet is not. Ritz has been given an extra chance by Jeremy Taravel when his predecessors this season did not. Saliba. Good ball out wide, it's Ali Mamar. Good play by Adam Sorgan down the line, and it's taken up by Matteo Bionic, who's on the way. Skipped up for Anouar El Haj. Good support, Zanelli. Bionic wants it early. It's not going to come early. Short to Sorgan. Might be able to squeeze it through. Might be able to squeeze himself through. Goal kick it is. Sorgan was well washed by De Graaf. And then Saliba alongside. Actually came off Saliba last, didn't it? Another chance going a begging for David Hubert. They've had openings, they've had good ones. Jan Vertonghen, who ended his playing career with Anderlecht. Anderlecht have had most of the ball in this. Kana received well back from Decat. Kana poking it up, and it's too strong. It's needed a deflection here. Well, there was very little on the cards for Anderlecht, but it's going to be a corner kick. Tremendous start to the cup final, but it's ebbed a little bit since then. Emil van der Perre on the bench today for Union, for Saini, Lyson, Florent, Silla, Louis Patrice. It's a big call for Van der Perre not to start today. Hazard's corner, strong head away by Ross Sykes. Good little flick up it was by Tristan de Graaf, covered by De Cat. Found away past Sykes, good cross, no one there. Vekovic trying to reach it, Burgess not there ahead of him. Record Union have in the cup final, but the previous two were 1913 and 1914 when they beat Cercle Bruges and FC Bourgeois, these days known as Club Bruges. Smart ball for Zanelli again. He's poked it up well beyond it. Here's his pass, Zanelli's in the box there. Offside. Beyondich held it up. He used his strength a lot. He might have overused it a little bit. It was a good break. Two recent signings. Two players who played a lot of football in lower divisions, and there was the offside. First time around. Beyondich. The offside being the first defence. Three minutes to half time. Short by Zorgat. Aitel Haj waiting for the break. Beyondich playing at the near side. Good ball. Larry Smith, he's shifted out over the last 15 minutes. There's been nothing really down the left-hand side. Concentrated on the right. Elias, a brilliant challenge by Kvekovic, of all people. The front man popping up by his own corner flag to win the ball. And all right, El Haj inside. Matteo Beyondich just lost his footing a little bit. Certainly the Regionalliga, fourth flight in Germany, regional football. It's a place where you have to be able to handle yourself. Kalili cut out by Marco Kana. Going down his camera in the box. Looking for a spot kick from Bram Vendriesche, who is not interested. Mama holding it up, camera in, and if there was a push, and there might have been a push, that was outside for me. Fell inside the area. VAR can't play a role there, can't be his friend there. Taken by De Graaf. Poked out for the throw by Ross Sykes. Kvekovic covered. He has had a few milestones in his career already. Kvekovic, the fastest ever goal in the Serbian Super League. 9 seconds for the number 9, and down he went in the area at camera. This was the view of Bram Vendriesche, and outside. Could have been a free kick. Perhaps ought to have been. There's a man who can analyse the game. Fortunately for him this summer, he will not need to. Torgan Hazard getting the touch. Unfortunately for him, he might. He's had campaign for Anderlecht. He's been so useful to them since coming back. And for many, had done enough to find his way into the Belgian World Cup squad, but Rudy Garcia said that ship is pretty much sailed. Not the profile, not the age he's looking for. Hazard's 33 now. Taken by Sykes. A little nod on by camera for Nathan the Cat. 17 seems to be the right profile. He's already played in the World Cup this season, the Under-17 World Cup. You may remember Anderlecht held on to him while the group stages were on in Qatar. He was so important to the Wolves. And he was released, and they lost the very first knockout match, and that was it back home. Kukovic is claiming he was caught, but it's play on. Good ball far side. Anan Kalali, Bjornic bundled over by Hay outside the area. Too strong a touch by Kalali. Ali Mamar getting shielding the ball well. And clearing it and cutting it out. Scholes. Kalali on the charge. It's gone out. Now he's gone down to Bjornic picking himself up. Burgess is bundled over. It's all happening. Ooh, stumps are out by Mamar there a little bit. And then the nudge by De Cat on Burgess. Bedlam. Nathan the Cat has been booked. It does not carry over into the league at this stage. Perhaps it's just as well. They actually have a lot on 2 yellows going into the next league game. We've got all 9 league matches in the title playoffs coming up for you over the next 10 days. Got 7 players on 2 yellows heading into the next match, which is at home to Mechelen Sunday lunchtime. Sunday night, Club Brugge against Saint-Gilloise. League title at stake. Long by Scholes. Burgess won't make it. Ross Sykes did instead. First half is getting a little bit skittish in stoppage time. Mark Cook has seen his side get quite a bit of a let-off early on with the disallowed goal. Burgess putting in the net. McAllister called us offside. I don't think personally I'd have called that as interfering with play myself, but Lawrence Visser and Bram Drisha combined did. And that's what counts. Last time Anderlecht played in the cup final, it was a very long day 4 years ago. 0-0 against Ghent after extra time. Davy Roof, the Ghent hero, the former Anderlecht goalkeeper. He's really had an elongated spell in goal for the Wolves. He has taken his chance royally at Atevelde. And on that big day here 4 years ago, prevented chances to be taken, and many of them. Ultimately, a goalless first half in the cup final. Union finding the net through Christian Burgess, but having it ruled out. They attacked a lot in the opening 20 minutes, but Anderlecht came into it more as that first half developed. Haven't really tested Kjellskapet very much. Half-time of the Kingman one in the 2026 Belgian Cup final. Union Saint-Gilloise 0, Anderlecht 0.
0. Union Saint-Gilloise 0. Anderlecht 0.
suppose for many, thought they were going there and hoped they came away with the win and then won 8 games in a row against Anderlecht. They've only been beaten twice, including in the regular season across town. Nilson Angelo with the only goal before he departed for Sunderland. Union actually had most of the ball in that first half, which is a little bit unlike them. 53% they ultimately had. Anderlecht had the edge for a lot, but not by the end. Had their escape, and they have to do it at the other end. Energetic mode in yesterday's press conference here about the second half at Ghent. "45 minutes to decide the cup winners of 2026, at least that. Extra time and penalties if required." Scarcely been a 0-0 between these two. There's scarcely been a draw between these two since Union came up. 18 meetings, 3 draws there have been. There has been a 0-0. It was last season in the regular campaign at Duden Park. A few fireworks going off. It's knocked away by Ali Mamar. Just got the head onto it. Marco Kana lifting it up. Smacked solid way away and long by Burgess again. There's been a slight collision. Mr. Diarra going down, running into Mateo Bjornic. Real tangle between them. It is that broken arm the Army's had the operation on, which took a bit of the brunt of it. As did Diarra's head off the heavy bandaging. Here's Bartmere just alongside David Hubert, the Union boss, both formerly across town. Scholes has the try. Not a bad effort at all by Rob Scholes to get us rising. A brilliant free kick that yielded the goal that ultimately wasn't. Smith going for it, couldn't quite reach it. Anurag El Haj, and Ellie lost out. Ait El Haj again taking it up. You'll just have to take my word for that. Saliba bring it away. Sorgana's there. It's not a surprise the play's going to have to be halted for the moment. There's a lot of smoke coming from the Anderlecht end. It's precisely what happened in the cup final 2 years ago, when Antwerp had their fans at that end. And the assistants will be losing the ball in all that gloom, and the VAR team as well, so we'll wait for it to clear. Here's good news for Anderlecht that Cesar Huerta is fit at the right time, and potentially also for Mexico's World Cup squad. Now, it's looking quite likely that his spell in Brussels would only be a year, but he did pick up an injury just as he was potentially on his way back to Pumas in Mexico. Gold Cup winner in the last 12 months when Mexico defeated the United States. That's the view, or not, at Lawrence Visser and friends as right now. It's been a full week for Mihailo Kvetkovic, but he has got the chance to play in the cup final. Tangled just before half-time. Gent had equalised at Artevelde for 1-1, and Kvetkovic had gone down in a tangle with Siba van der Heyden. It had got down a little bit easily, really. Van der Heyden had his words about that, and then ran into the back of him when Gent were attacking at the other end, and Kvetkovic responded. Retaliated 3 times. Quite solid hits on Van der Heyden as well. Well, we're going to have a lot of added time at the end of the 90. There's not much doubt about that. They've come a long way. Very impressive European runs too. Anderlecht had, unfortunately for them, quite a short run, and Charlotte as well, which, despite that, Belgium actually climbing the coefficient up to 7 spot. That smaller stadium is where Anderlecht's women have traditionally played. Those clubs have used this stadium as a home ground. Union were doing up the Joseph Marion about a decade ago and had to play here for a season. And they've played European games here, and at Anderlecht as well. So right now, well, there's no right now about it. Duden Park is permanently too small to host games in the Champions League. They've also used Leuven as a home venue. Way by McAllister, the smoke clearing. Zanelli, covered well by Marco Canna, but kept in by the Swede. Did well with it as well, a chance to add to his 6 World Cup caps. Zanelli still going, good curler, looking for the flick. Got it as well from Mateo Bjornic. Nice little break forward that was. Zanelli did well, curler with the outside of the foot, but it's asking Bjornic a lot to do much with it. That's a mighty collision. Burgess is down. And it takes a lot to genuinely bundle him over. The cat running right into him. It's another hit between the two. The cat was booked for blocking Burgess. Is definitely no shrinking violet, the 17-year-old. Just about to take a throw just before half-time, and Cat denied him. And he's leading with the shoulder there as well. Cat's got to be careful. Only player to be booked so far in this decider. Bit of treatment needed for him as well. And unlike with Colin Koosmans at the weekend, they really are using the spray this time. Second cup final in 3 seasons, the most prolific Union have been in the cup in over 110 years now. Americans absent today. His 6th injury in 18 months. All quiet around the Marathon Avenue, the Marathon Lawn. Union throw. That's what Joseph Marian did best after all. Something like this is what he was remembered for. Got the stadium named after him. Kevin McAllister's going to take the throw. A bit of distance coming on this Union. Decent flick on. It fell for Bjornic in front of goal. Another one on the way. Bit of pressure on the Anderlecht defence here. Managed to get the flick on, Bjornic towards the far post. Glenn Smith was waiting. Sykes is there. Sliced it across. Solid head away. Jetko is clearing. Burgess the last one back. Sliced out by LA Camera for the throw. His old club, or WDM, by the way, did have their appeal against relegation upheld by the competition authority. So for now they are staying up. They do need a professional licence. Good ball in the middle. It's well played by Diarra. Got there right in time, Moussa Diarra. It's a corner for Union. They're ahead of Bjornic. How did he get there ahead of Bjornic? It's an excellent cross by Guilherme Smith. It's going to be a corner. First corner of the game for Union. Solid head away by Lucas Hay. Camera trying to get it clear. Union throw. And right, El Haj worked it well. Back for Burgess. It was pointed out to him yesterday that Union appear to be favourites with everybody, and he said, well, that's news to me. 11 against 11, Anderlecht are a brilliant team. They are Anderlecht after all. It's going to be a free kick, potentially. Mamar blocking off, advantage played. Wasn't forthcoming for Skos, free kick it is. He was giving out a bit, Bram Andresha, because Skos stepped off that a bit. Waiting for the free kick to be given. They had a chance to break, definitely. Here's Organ. Shot was being pulled back a bit by the cat. It's wide for Kalile, controlling well. Taking on Mamar. Ball winning challenge, Mamar says, and the referee agrees. Tristan de Grief coming away. And he skipped past Ghost well. They've got 5 coming up here, Anderlecht. Tristan de Grief out wide. It's Ali Mamar first time. Great ball, Camera. Good stop. First attempt on target in the game from Anderlecht in the cup final. Skerpen plucked it out of the air. The Union fans unhappy. Well, Kalile having an abrupt end to that run, and Anderlecht finally getting their best attempt of the game. Camera sweeping the shot through. Straight at Skerpen for Camera. Most clean sheets this season in the league. They have the best defensive record by a long way. Second highest goals tally Union have. Anderlecht have the 4th worst defence now. Still 10 clean sheets. Koosman's the goalkeeper of the year for the calendar year of 2025. That was overhit. Burgess down again. Caught by Hazard. Two out-and-out battlers. You have the third best form right now. It's enough to have them within a point of the lead. It was vital for them to beat Mechelen on Sunday. They've only done the double once before. Back in 1913. It's Cercle Bruges to complete it. Very many years when they were winning the league title, it wasn't a Belgian Cup actually held. It's taken by Kvekovic outside the area, trying to find a way past Anderlecht, El Haj, and then Sykes. But overplayed a goal kick. He wants a bit more noise from the Anderlecht end. Here's the man who could produce it. Good break, might have had a shot on. Potentially felt there were too many bodies around him. Short for Kevin McAllister. Cut out well by Ali Mamar. That's a free kick. Zanelli pulled back, it was right under the nose of the referee, Bram van Driesche. Marco Kana holding him back. He has been generous, Van Driesche, today. Every 4 minutes. We have seen worse between these two. We hardly saw the Poland play almost in the second half against them Sunday. It's 85 minutes before a football game broke out at the Stein the week before. But what a finish it was. 100th minute winner from the spot by Ryotaro Ito. Certainly gave Club Brugge an advantage in the title race. Here's Anderlecht El Haj. Good break up. Cut out, Lucas Hay was blocking his pass, short by Zorgan, it's Sykes. Zorgan again. His first cup final. It's the quarter-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations with Algeria this season. Lost to Nigeria in the last day. Zanelli did well. Skip past Matteo Bionic. Kana was with him. It's Bionic again. Kana again. Ali Mamar. A solid little slide in by Kevin McAllister, but denied. And here's Burgess. Decent touch, it just bounced in the end off first foot Zanelli. Oh, taken well by Ali Mamar. What a good job he's done there. It was just run out in the end, the Grave. Got here 2 hours before kick-off, Union 90 minutes beforehand. They both had the training session here yesterday, both did their big cup final press conference yesterday. Futures Jeremy Taravel is a little bit up in the air. Maybe Tuki and Francois looking to be departing the club potentially. For Anderlecht, quite a few. The Irish Sky is certainly going. Covered Costa too. And you're looking for something different up front, and Kevin Rodriguez can certainly provide that. Glermy Smith. Probably is beyond it, she would be going, I'd imagine, but we'll see. Burgess setting it up. wrong by Christian Burgess again, but can't pick out the Brazilian whose name we've come to know so well this season. It's a decent piece of control temporarily by Goalless. So Matteo Pjanic, the end of his cup final. But he's had the most immense 4 months, and it wasn't just a case that he came from the fourth flight of German football, he came from the bottom of the fourth flight. Eintracht chair in the spot directly above the relegation zone. They stayed up. Rodriguez on. Vasilevsky. He's a man who was a warrior, unbreakable. First change of this cup final. One of apparently 1,400 VIPs that Anderlecht have here today. Don't quite have time for the other 1,399. Goalless doesn't quite have time for that either. There's going to be a few words, and Ali Mamar's being told to calm down as well. Just rolled out. In terms of Guilherme Smith, who succeeded Promise David at Nomakalu. Not sure the man who succeeded them, Matthias Manolan, will be seeing next campaign. He's Nomakalu's top scorer right now. He's got 5 goals this season. The man that they were hoping would get the goals, Thiago Baptiste and Ibrahim Jabir, not so much, only 2 between them so far this campaign. Anderlecht throw, Hazard control well, so now changes up front and big changes for Anderlecht. Adriano Bertoncini's on the way. It is realistically the big farewell game of Jarvis Scarin. He's replacing Marco Kana, and also going off is Tristan de Graaf. Well, de Graaf has been very popular. I'm not so sure that's the popular change, de Graaf going off, whatever about the men coming on. Jeremy Taravel feels that we need to do something a little bit drastic. Bertoncini is probably a bit more obvious, but taking off de Graaf, maybe not. De Graaf took it in good spirit, you'll note though. Controlled by Zorgan. Burgess, anywhere but a corner would... He's had to work on this. When they meet on the last day of the season, it'll be their 90th top flight clash. Win in the cup semi-final, quarter-final that Union had back in 2024 by 2 goals to 1. McAllister had his spectacular red card in that. Flicked out by Ali Mamar and then Kalili. Mamar coming out and closing him down again. Yanni Riscaran gets his first touch in the cup final. Bertuccini likewise, but he won't get a second right now. Absolutely belted away. Anderlecht saw Funion 5-0 in the cup semi-final in 2021. A quarter-final. Union had shocked them 3 seasons earlier. Club was set up very differently then. It was an out-and-out shock, but gave absolutely no clue of what would follow. Zanelli trying to sneak it inside towards Kevin Rodriguez again. Kalili was on the overlap, went for Schoves. They got the wires totally crossed in the end though. Mark Cook has pinned his colours to the mast and his jacket as well. Sykes with a nod on. Back by Azad. Away by Lucas Hay. By Burgess again. Here's Organ. Schoves. McAllister. It's got Kalili coming down the near side. Zanelli waiting in the middle. Rodriguez just having his break checked by Lucas Hay, who's having a very good game defensively for Anderlecht. McAllister down the line. There's Zanelli again. Kalili. That's a clever idea, trying to sneak it through to Rob Schoves. Nathan Akat saw it coming. Now Yanni Riscaran full of running, and he's fresh too. Fedovic to his right. Not that far to his right. Anderlecht sold out their allocation quickly. They've big screens up at Park Astrid today. Union sold their allocation out as well. Nathan Lecat. Cut out that by Rodriguez. Sorgan. Certain we'll see him in the World Cup for Algeria. Couldn't quite get Anouar El Hadj in. Rodriguez once more. That's a good cut out by LA Camera. Good job, very good job. It's not clung by the cat, it's ambitious. Hazard might reach it. He has reached it. Torgan Hazard on the way. Couldn't pick out Bertuccini. Union with a chance to come away with it. Game is packed up a little bit. It's finally had a bit of extra pace. Jeremy Smith out wide. Anouar El Hadj went the direct route. Good block, Lucas Hay. He had the vision. He had the pop against his former club. He's looking to raise the noise now. Well, the opening suddenly was there. Rodriguez was very closely watched. He decided it was worth a try from there. Schoves will take the corner kick. Deep by Schoves towards Burgess, got his head onto it. Blocked by Hay, and right El Haj again. Tracked back and won it well. Middle goal of the three against Mechelen. Good ball in the centre of the goal by McAllister! 1-0! The celebrations were cut short earlier. Not now. Sung out by Schoves. Burgess up. Couple of efforts by El Haj. Floated over the top. They'll check about Kalali. Looks onside from there. Kalali flicking through and buried by Kevin McAllister. A solid finish. It's only his third goal of the season. McAllister got it, belting him out behind that. That'll help with the headlines. That might well help with getting into Argentina's World Cup squad. It helps Union into the lead of the cup final. Late on. There have been times when it's been Union's home away from home. McAllister's in to give Union the lead. "15 minutes of normal time to go in the cup final. Union with a 100% record in the big Belgian deciders. Started the season in the very first game of it, losing to Club Brugge at Duden Park in the Super Cup. Still yet to lose at home in the league this season. It's been 15 months. It was Max Ritz throwing it back to Nathan McCap, so don't give him the throw-ins if he has to come up. Cup winner 2 years ago, having just come from Argentina's juniors. But today he might be the man who has won the cup for Union. Ali Mamar off Rob Schoves. Lifted the trophy before as an underdog. It's blocked well by Kalali. It's out off him. Very physically for the corner kick. But it was played well for Kalali on the right-hand side. And lots of space for McAllister to launch it. Lot of pace and power from the Argentine. First time, a cracker. It's a brilliant cross by Kalali. And no one around him. Wonderfully hit. His first goal since that very, very late, somewhat controversial leveller against Gent at Christmas time. Camille van der Perez coming in now, and he is replacing Besford Zanelli with 13 to go. Camille van der Perez gets his go now. It was a surprise for many that Zanelli started and van der Perez didn't, but it's, I think, pretty much worked out for them. The opposite end to which Koki Makita got the winning goal in the cup final 2 years ago. Anderlecht have to find a way through now in the next 20 minutes or so. Remember, there'll be a lot of stoppage time for the smoke at the start of the second half. Lucas trying not to run down a blind alley. Managed to poke it up to Jari Verskaren. Union throw. Rodriguez. Handball against, and it's gone the other way. 11 attempts to 5 Union have had, 4 on target for Union, only 1 for Anderlecht. And they had a cup final like this a year ago. They were submerged by Club Brugge. 2-0 down before they knew it. A brace from Romeo Vermont, able to put his feet up. Hopped into a seat in celebration. Anderlecht only got going in the last 15 minutes or so. Got a late goal back in there from Vasquez. He's with Getafe now. Union throw, 12 to go. Solid job in shoring things up at the back for Kevin Rodriguez. A large amount of the Union squad still around from 2 years ago. Patrice was in the Anderlecht squad for a year. Looks like we'll be seeing him shortly for Union. Free kick against McAllister. He's been booked as well. Cards no longer carry forward unless there is a red, and that carries forward into the league. That could be very costly for Union, and if Anderlecht don't win today, very costly for Anderlecht. It's floated in by Hazard, deep delivery, hey, back across, great chance, and in by Kvekovic! Released to play in the cup final, and unleashed to equalise in it! Save themselves with 10 minutes to go. Their first proper set piece and falling behind. Headed across by Lucas Hay. Kvekovic in, past Kalili. Good free kick by Hazard. Hay was able to get the ball back across. He beat Kevin Rodriguez in the air. Kvekovic got the looping header. In off the post, and it's 1-1. A vital goal. His 10th of the season. It's his first not in the league. And it ties up the cup final with 10 minutes remaining. Bang on the 18 minutes to the second. The belief is back. Well, they scored a late consolation last year, which wasn't enough. They have their late leveller now, which is being checked by Lawrence Visser. Maybe a slight bump on Kalili when he's putting the header in, but you'd surely say not enough. Cesar Huerta is going to be brought on. And he's replacing Nathan the Cat, who's on a yellow, and probably that's a good call by them. He is from Buxus, he does throw himself around, he has already been booked. He's had a good cup final, but he will not see the end of it. He'll be watching the end of it though. Huerta is on, having missed much of this campaign through injury. Injury was prevented his return to Mexico, and there might be an irony that he plays a big part in Anderlecht getting a trophy off the back of it. Well in the balance now, and right now we're heading for extra time. Deep free kick by Hazard, hey up well. Got past Goes, Kvekovic got past Kalili. Lukaku. A happy spectator now. His successor has tied up the cup final. Noise to be heard at the atomium and beyond. They had to wait a while for it to finally get going up front. Didn't have the first attempt on target until into the second half. Play held up because of the smoke. Goal was scored exactly on 80 minutes, so already 4 minutes 15 seconds to add on. Fousseyni's going to replace R.S.C. Had a good creative time of it, but away he goes. Mohamed Fousseyni on in the cup final. El Haj having set up the clincher for Fousseyni against Mechelen of the weekend. 2 changes left apiece. They could be going beyond the 100 minutes in this cup final, and then some. I reckon there's still 15 minutes to go of the 90. Here's Scholes. Opportunities. Organ has hit a few from that kind of range, but mainly for Charleroi, not for Union. He's been discouraged from doing it with the Brussels or not. Hard to say. Chance for it to be brought on by Huerta, but beyond him, they miscontrolled it. Burgess up to Scholes. Mascarin claiming it back. Union have the throw-in. Have only won 2 of the last 10 games against Ghent and Mechelen. Only 2 draws in that time, including the weekend against Ghent, to keep them in 4th spot. Kalaili couldn't quite find a way past Ali Mamar. Bear was saying it's not about revenge today against the side that sacked him just over a year ago. Colin Cosmans is down. We've seen this before. Well, there was quite a bit of feigning injury from him on Sunday, and he has been apologetic for that since. And there's a period first to being unapologetic. Let's see if there is real spray used this time. I think that's the conversation Bram van Dries is saying. Oh, aye. Injured, are you, eh? Got the spray out this time. Oh, it was a fabulous delivery of a free kick from Hazard, and hey, across. And they just got the right men in the right places. Union did not defend that very well, frankly. Phew. They are on terms Hey, you know what? The boy's been out of Anderlecht a long time, but Anderlecht's never been out of the boy. Left here in 2011. I mean, remember that at the age of 16, he won the Golden Ball to be top scorer in the league. A remarkable achievement. Torgan Hazard is coming off. Well, they might have needed him in extra time should we come to it. Might have needed him a penalty shootout if we come to it. But he won't be involved in either. Hazard off. The Ukraine international Danilo Sikan is on. One change left in normal time. I still think there's at least a dozen minutes left in it. Deep throw by McAllister. Rodriguez couldn't control. Nodded on by Burgess. Rodriguez being sought again, and Kozeman's sprung up well. That spray worked fantastically. Husseini. Oh, he's been dragged back. That's untidy. But they were all sinning, according to Bram van Driesch, I reckon. Play on. Never mind the ball. Let's get on with the game. Well, Husseini and Camera with a proper tangle and a half. Scopes going for it. 6 added minutes only. Here's Bertuccini. He's got a bit of room. Slid through well. Sikan couldn't reach it. Bertuccini could. Huerta lost out. Hooked away by Van der Pera. And he's got the ball again. Oh, and Scopes was looking the other way. Roll past him. Throw it is for Anderlecht. Well, we quite a stoppage after the opening whistle of the second half, and I mean, we timed it perfectly at over 5 minutes for that second stoppage. Certainly we should have a lot more than 6, but anyway, here comes Petkovic. The way it's going, we'll have another 30, but the ball's played in and it's cut out by Burgess. Good cross by Camera. A real threat. Burgess whipping it away. Excellent play by Camera. Dealt well with it. It's a corner. It's their first corner of the second half. Mascarin will take. Plenty up for Anderlecht. Hay tried to reach it. Here's Ali Mamar. Good curl up, cut out by Burgess again. Huerta in a couple of times. He's committed the foul. Union have the free kick. Eyes on Husseini more than he had on the ball. They have had some journeying the past few years. All the way to the Champions League proper. Only just missed out on getting into the knockout stages. Beat Atalanta, tested Bayern Munich all the way. It was a Kane double after half-time. That's a foul. Short free kick by Burgess. It will be play allowed to continue here. It's covered well. It's knocked out by Van der Pera. Three minutes of added time remaining. Sikan being watched by Burgess. Smacked away by Sykes. Chance for the cross to come in. McAllister slicing it away. Rodriguez. It's a smart ball long for Saini trying to latch onto it. And he did so too. They found him. Diarra covering it. Sorgan. Still time for one late attack. Maybe a couple more. Clever ball inside for Saini again. Trying to pick out Rodriguez. Can't find him. But it is a throw. Good cut out by R.S.C. Any goal at this stage decides it. 2 minutes. Ross Sykes will take the throw. Camera got the cut out. McAllister got his head in. The elbow was out of it. It's a free kick. Foul by Bertuccini, and an obvious one. And Bertuccini is booked. It wasn't subtle. Bertuccini was second best to the ball. Turned his shoulder round. Elbow came out a little bit. Well, arm came out a little bit. Goes behind the free kick. He's won it before. Skos played it short. Sorgan found his way blocked. Blocked a little bit maybe by Bram van Driessen as well. There was a hint of handball by Bertuccini, but Union have it back anyway. Last minute of added time. Koosman's coming up and he will claim. He'll get it away quickly too. They're not looking to eat seconds away this time. They are looking to cause damage at the other end before the final whistle, but it won't be the final whistle. Union free kick. Kvetkovic rescuing Anderlecht. And he's got a lot of football coming his way. Maybe a lot of football here. That free kick was taken in the wrong half, but it might be academic in the end. I think it very well will be, but it's a free kick. So Union have one final chance. Diarra booked, Mamar booked. Well, that's 4 yellows they've picked up. Similar to Sunday against. Free kick was very quickly taken, not in the right position at all. They weren't happy about that. And then the challenge to give the free kick away. Foul by Mamar. He was booked for it. Diarra booked for his reaction. Enough seconds left. But this is it. It goes for the free kick for Union. They've plenty up there. Anderlecht are plenty back. Skos has gone direct already. I don't know how tempted he is. Looking for the flick on. It's a flick out instead. Bertuccini. It's extra time in the cup final. 1-1 in the end. Kevin McAllister with the lead goal on 72 minutes, and then 8 minutes after that, Kvetkovic with a header into the net to rescue Anderlecht in this cup final, having lost 3 Belgian Cup finals in a row. Well, they've not won the cup in 18 years. They've not won a trophy of any kind in 9. And they've an extra 30 minutes to try and change that. The Belgian Cup final is going to extra innings after 90 minutes. Saint-Gilloise 1, Anderlecht 1. Nobody is going anywhere. 50,000 inside this great old stadium. It is old. A good performance from Anderlecht. They came back in well. We're not going to be able to eavesdrop. No, that should be the case for the Union team talk ahead of extra time. 11 attempts to 7 for Union, 4 on target for them, and 2 for Anderlecht. Kvakovic's goal being the second of those. Only won 1 corner in the second half. 4 corners to 2 for Anderlecht. Union with most possession. Now that is interesting. %58 of it.
Take the ball, position, or set piece, and keep them, okay? So be smart, look, find them, keep them in the ball, find them, walk them together, and after we can send them all together.
2 rookie bosses by and large. This is a real test of their mettle.
Very important. Leave one into the second ball. Get that second ball in. You get pressure on them. Take them on the play. Let us set up the outside. We won't get it. Hey, it's very clear.
Well, do we see Maastricht in another cup final? He's had his successes primarily for Club Brugge. You'd have noted the team talks being en anglais. But for the French speakers, it's their second language. For the Dutch speakers, it's their second. And for him, it's... well, the first, I would hope. And obviously a lot of international players as well. I was pointed out at a kick-off a few weeks ago by Torgan Hazard. Why are you talking to us in English? We are going to have a change right at the start of extra time for Union. This will be their 4th. Osano Niang. They do get an extra one for extra time. And Guilherme Smith's cup final comes to an end. Osano Niang has had his injury problems this season. He's missed 13 goals, 13 games. Smith's final is done. So we go to it all over again. Fran van Drescher bringing the captains over, making sure he's got everything he needs. Yellow card's been used a bit. 4 against Anderlecht, 1 against Union.
Okay guys, we are here again. The tension's a little bit rising. It's important, okay, for every one of us. But keep the fair play, the only thing I can ask. Even when there is emotion, keep the emotional control, okay? 2 times 15 minutes. If we finish this and it's still a tie, we go to penalty shootouts and then we speak again, okay? So, up to you. It's blue or yellow? Black. 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 You stay this side. You have the ball. You have the ball. Yeah, good luck. Come on.
Well, the third option worked out in the end for Colin Koosmans. No Hazard anymore. Saliba is the outfield captain. And there's nothing that Marco Kana, Nathan the Cat can do to change it anymore. It's been a decent decider between these two. And we're not done yet. Extra time in the 71st Belgian Cup final. Anderlecht have won 9, only Club Brugge have won more. Bruges have 12, Union have 3 out of 3. Club Brugge got a record 12th victory last season in beating Anderlecht, and it's taken well straight away across goal. First touch for R.S.C. It'll be covered by Kosemans. Just about reached it. Hamstring injury for Nathan the Cat, by the way. That's not what Rudy Garcia needs. He's certainly in the frame for a spot in Belgium's World Cup squad, and probably a little bit beyond that. Brought on by Moussa Diarra. Rodriguez, well reclaimed. Oh dear. First cup final to go to extra time since that Ghent Anderlecht affair in 2022. Antwerp brushed aside Mechelen the following season. Union beat Antwerp, dethroned them in 24. Club Brugge beat Anderlecht last year. Which part of Brussels is the cup heading to this time? Sykes. Sorgan with options, wide for R.S.C. again. Space for Burgess. Union have pushed a lot up early in extra time. Sorgan. Forward by Saliba. There's a quality one too. Bertuccini on the chase after it, facing Burgess. He has the pace to cause trouble. Burgess stretching, skipped over at Bertuccini. Have to give him a pat on the back for electing not to tumble over. Huerta lost it. Union coming away. Anan Kalali, full of pace. Important for Union that they've kept them on. Was sent away again. The cross from R.S.C. didn't get far. Sorgan. Camille van der Pera. Well, he didn't start the cup final, but vital for Union. He's on the pitch now. Over ball edge of the area, but it just in the end ran short for Obscos. Scott's got the nod on. Rodriguez had a few periods in this season when he was absolute dynamite. Great scoring run for Union start of the season. A BTS are here shortly, by the way, and Bad Bunny too, not the same night. They've got tours to stop over in Brussels for. Short for Sagan. Clever ball, great ball, McAllister, chance to pull it across, Diarra controlled it, it's out. It's a crafty break, only just offside. Not by a huge amount. Well, they both went for it at the same time. Both got the ball simultaneously. Reclaimed by Rodriguez, goes forward. Opening here for Saini. Good block it was. Rodriguez is back again. And Mohamed for Saini again. And Union lead again. It's Mohamed for Saini. to Diarra. Lost out to Kevin Rodriguez. Scopes had the vision. Little bit of placement. Husseini had one go. No joy first time around, but then on the turn, on the fall, managed to find the bottom corner, and Koosmans couldn't recover. Couldn't reach it. The frustration of being out injured for much of the season, but Husseini's back big time now. Union 2, Anderlecht 1. How long can they hold the lead on to this time? Good pull back by Rodriguez too. They're working hard to defend their 100% record in cup finals. Anderlecht responded very well, very positively the last time they conceded. What about now? Blocked down again by Husseini, the Ghana international. Covered well by Scopes. Hard to say whether or not he is close to Ghana's World Cup squad. His only caps came in the Unity Cup last year. It was held in London. Debut against Trinidad and Tobago. Ghana are in England's group and Croatia's group in the World Cup. And Panama. Good nod on. Onside. Rodriguez taking on Diarra again. Offside. No need to take on Diarra again. Whereas bring it away. Rodriguez using his strength to get it away. Hayward the good block first of all, and then couldn't block the cross back by Rodriguez. An important pull back to score. Solid header by Sykes. Husseini was booked in his celebrations, you understand as well. Clashes in the league. And essentially having to win each one. Here's Huerta. Good curler. Headed away by McAllister. Now there's a chance of a break. It's Mohamed Husseini. He's got lots of support ahead of him. Rodriguez might have just won them the cup. And the first leg of the double. There's still 20 minutes. Dry your eyes. He's had his injury frustrations as well. Sorgan to Rodriguez. And at some stage, Anderlecht were reacting as if the whistle had gone. It hadn't. Rodriguez with a tap-in. They were all over the place defensively. They were horribly caught out. Sorgan pulling it out. And Rodriguez putting it in. It's his 13th goal of the season. His 4th in the cup. Two against Tabiza. Big Rom's reaction is A lot more negative now, but there's still 20 minutes to go in extra time, and Union have got into overdrive in extra time. It's his best scoring season in Belgian football. You remember he went a year pretty much without scoring, and now he might have scored up to this point the most important goal of the season. All smiles for Union now, different from an Anderlecht viewpoint. They do have two changes to make, an extra change per side for extra time. They've made 4, they've got 2 remaining. They're going to make them now, they have to make them now. They're not counting chickens just yet, not here, nor are they, you would imagine, further to the east of here in Sint-Truiden. This is the scoreline that would put Sint-Truiden into the Europa League group stage. Scopes knocking it forward, Mamar pulling back. You'll have noted a flare on the pitch, we don't need that. It's taken by Scopes, he's bundled over. When we were talking to you, by the way, on Sunday, Breda's R.S.C closer had been abandoned at half-time. They played the second half of that on Monday. They won 2-0, but still relegated. Anderlecht's final 2 changes come now. Diarra is going off, and Camera is going off. And Ibrahim Konate on the way. Kamara and Konate, the 2 withdrawn. Diarra, I mean to say. Sadella, the other player on. Two minutes to half-time and extra time, and Union are in control now. Anderlecht need to find 2 goals from somewhere. Oscar and it's play on, it's Ali Mamar. It's a deep one, it's too deep. It's very much over here. Only 8 times this season have Anderlecht hit at least 3 goals. Van der Perre waiting in on Kvekovic. It was a little bit wild and he's been cautioned for it. They don't mean anything at this stage of the season unless you get 2 of them today. It's 3 yellows against Union.
Goal celebration line. Control well by Mohamed Husseini, who got the second. To King Rodriguez, who got the third. What changes they were by Gary there. At one stage you might have thought that Union were being weakened a little bit by their changes, but not a bit of it. Koosmans will take the free kick. They will need another huddle now and another few pointed words and some pointed actions on the pitch maybe. It's going to rebound off Sogan and out. It's well claimed by Jeremy Taravel. As a player, he came through Lille. There is a strong Lille connection. It's funny how things go with Anderlecht. There was a big Danish scene here for a few years. Coach, sporting director, and a few very good, talented Danish players. Big names. Now it's the Lille connection. Coach and sporting director, but will it stay that way? And it's been lost all of a sudden here. Eden Hazard did start his career in Lille, but Torgan Hazard didn't. It was Lens. Too high in the end for Sykes. It's away by Burgess, just enough. It's been strongly claimed. Seacan did well with it. Oh, what a strike that was from Saliba from a long way out. Punched away well. A vital save by Skep, and right on half-time and extra time to keep it 3-1. It was a zinger from Saliba. Seacan picked him out, he had space. Got the shot past Goes, but not past one of the goalkeepers of the year. Sammy's the clean sheet maker of the year. Got a lot behind that, but what a good stop.
What on earth were they doing? 2 goals in 4 minutes of extra time. Union haven't won it yet, but they certainly filled the foundation. Anderlecht in trouble. Right now they do need another hero. They'll hope the next month or two. Into the second period of extra time in the cup final, and Anderlecht are in deep, deep trouble. They trail by 3 goals to 1. And it puts a lot of impetus on their upcoming league games if they don't come back to lift the cup. Mechelen at home on Sunday, Saint-Gilloise at home next Thursday, Union away on the last day. They may both need to win that game for very different reasons. Back by Rodriguez. Put forward well by Patches. Great ball, Sorgan, blocked by Hay. Weta trying to get the clearance away. It's stopped well by Seacan. Zorgan getting his foot in again. And it's just run beyond Ibrahim Konate in the end, the Malian. Great move that was. Real old belter, and it was turned away. It had to be turned away by Lucas Hay. Well, Nathan the Cat, just back from injury in the past couple of weeks. He will hope that hamstring injury is not serious. Anderlecht need him, and certainly his country more than likely does need him. It's taken away by Konate. It's a long ball, Kvetkovic won't reach it. Saliba. Belgium have their farewell game for the World Cup here on the 6th of June against Tunisia. They play Croatia in Rijeka. Prior to that, they've had a couple of very good World Cup runs. Good opposition ahead of the big kick-off on the 15th of June. Husseini's on the way here! Important stop for Kosemans! Struck low by Zorgan! Off the post! Anderlecht is still alive in the cup final, but only marginally. They're on life support. Away by Kosemans. And Anderlecht have just frozen in defence, time and again in extra time. And it's cost them. 3-1 down, their post has been hit. It's come back, Sikan! Just wide. A cup final full of life. Anderlecht are only just hanging on right now. They're throwing many forward. They're being left quite short at the back as a result. Kvetkovic pulling it back. Good pull back by the young Serbian international. Sikan's try just past the post. A cup winner with Shakhtar Donetsk back home. But Anderlecht struggling in this cup final now. Husseini was on the way. Good save that was by Kosemans. Zorgan rolling it. They all missed it. Hit the post, fortunately for them. Immense luck. Otherwise, this cup final was all over. Will be the sixth and final change to Union in the cup final. Interesting, Anderlecht did not bring Ludvig Augustinsson on. 10 minutes to go in extra time. Skepin with the goal kick. A lot of familiar faces Belgium will be up against in the World Cup, certainly. Husseini trying to break his way through. It's stopped well by Kylian Sadella. That change can be made now. So long as there's not a concussion, the last change of the cup final. And Adam Zorgan. A magnificent final. Off now, replaced by Ivan Pavlic.
A great job, well done. And look at the contrast between the sides. Contrast between the clubs. Alex Muzio having to take a mortgage out in order to buy the club. Mark Cook did not need that with Anderlecht, being one of Belgium's richest men. Through pharmaceuticals, he made his fortune. Around mid-table in terms of budgets, around 8th. They don't overspend. I know that the Union CEO, Philip Borman's been saying ahead of the cup final, don't call us little old Union anymore, but still in terms of the size of the club, the money they can generate, the transfer fees that they can splash out, they are not up with Club Brugge or Anderlecht yet. They don't buy bigger, they do buy smarter. It's going to be a free kick for Anderlecht. They are just about able to keep their main men a little bit longer than before. I think that's important, but anybody who has made their name with Union, most of them have ended up departing one way or another. The Champions League has certainly tempted them to all stay a bit longer. Huerta's doing brilliantly here for Anderlecht. Couldn't find a way through. Well, an Anderlecht win in this cup final would certainly take a lot of pressure off, would get them into Europe, and be playing in Europe until after Christmas in the group stage of the Europa League. At best, they have to fight the next 3 games to finish in 4th spot, have to get through a couple of qualifying rounds to get into the group stage. That's not easy, they know that from this season. Opportunity for the strike, narrow angle for Kanate. It's going to be a corner. Scott will take the corner kick for Anderlecht. 6 minutes of extra time to go. Is there any way back for them into this cup final? Lucas Hayes moved his way up from the back. It's deep. Sykes with a header away. Bertuccini got the head in. Almost looks as if he was sizing up a bicycle kick at one stage, like what he did on the weekend spectacularly against Ghent. Davy Ruff saved splendidly. Short by Schoves, and Davy Ruff has been a man to frustrate Anderlecht before in the cup final. That's the job of Kevin Rodriguez now, an assist and a goal in extra time. So many of the main men have contributed today, not just played well, but they've made important things happen. Bertuccini, good chance to pull it across, cut out by Burgess. He's doing the big work defensively as well. First player to find the net in the cup final and ruled out, which personally seemed quite harsh and a bit over strict at the start of the game, but it ultimately doesn't look like it's going to have an impact on the result. Huerta. It's overhit a bit by Diarra there. There are a few missiles coming in towards the goal. There's 5 minutes to go in extra time. Overhit in the end by Ibrahim Kanate. Lost his balance, lost control of the ball, and that was it. Union are on the brink. Three massive games this week. They won the first, they're winning the second. They've a ginormous one at Club Brugge on Sunday. Win that, they go top with 2 games to go. Lose it, they fall 4 points behind with 2 games to go. A win on Sunday puts it back in their hands. Saliba's cross is good. Vekovic. The cup is in their hands now. Still time for it to be let slip. It's taken by Huerta again. Cut out by Kamil van der Pera. Good work by Osanoni Yang. A cup winner without it. And about to be a cup winner with Union. Success in Latvia. That's one story. Success in Belgium. It's another. The scarves are waving. It's looking like a 14th win in 19 meetings for Union against Anderlecht. They've only lost twice. And they've won pretty much every single important game. Vincent Kompany never won so much as a point against them. He's done all right since. Throw for Kvetkovic. I don't imagine there'll be a lot of stoppage time either, so Anderlecht need to get something now. Good work by Kanate. Huerta. Just run right through again towards Kanate. Stowe's clearing away. Well, when they won the league last season, they had big celebrations at Saint-Gilloise Town Hall, but with that big league game coming up on Sunday, they can't really afford to do that. They'll wait until the closing night. Great cross off Burgess. Slipped away by Pavlic. Let's not think about Jeffrey parties to them just yet. Anderlecht still have a chance no matter how slight. But it's taken away here by Patrice. And it's a good ball played forward. Fasani's on the way here. Mohamed Fasani for Union. Patrice. Good block by Hay. McAllister. He's had a sensational cup final. McAllister pulls it back. Rodriguez is there. Great save by Kosemans. Burgess comes away with it for Union. 120th minute. Nathan Akat said before the game that Anderlecht were still the grandees of Brussels football, but the reality this decade has been very, very different. They've got the cameras out already on the Union bench. There might not be any at a time. So wide for Viscara. Chance to get a crossing, trying to find Kvetkovic. Union Saint-Gilloise have done it again! They've won the cup for the second time in 3 years!
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations to Union Saint-Gilloise! Gonna win. Union 3, Anderlecht 1. Union champion. Goal Union Kevin McAllister. Mohamed Husseini, Kevin Rodriguez, goal Anderlecht, Mihaljo, Kevin perfect configure. Finish, Union Saint-Gilloise 3, Anderlecht 1. See you.